This is file 100855001FC, People versus Medina. Mr. Medina is before the court this morning for sentencing. Appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Makepeace on behalf of the people, P82796.
Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your staff. May it please this honorable court. My name is Todd Russell Perkins, P55623, appearing on behalf of Mr. Medina. Mr. Medina, your name, please?
Efron Medina.
All right, good morning to you both. Mr. Perkins, I take it you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report with your client as well as the guidelines.
I did, Your Honor.
Are there any corrections to those two items before we get to any allocution for either side?
We have, I think we have an agreeable change to some of the specific OVs, but it doesn't change the ultimate range. OV5 would be 15. It's currently scored at 0. It should be scored at 15.
Okay.
I'm anticipating what I trust in what Mr. Makepeace has indicated, that is accurate. And then OV6 is 50, but it should be scored at 10. And it reduces the overall amount to 105, which does not change it from being level 6.
Because the guideline range is still 29 to 57.
It is. But it's a, yes, it is.
Yes, sir.
I'll make those changes. Any other corrections?
No other corrections, additions, or deletions, Your Honor? No.
Okay. Let me turn over to the people.
May we be seated?
You guys have a seat.
Thank you.
Yes, Judge. There are several family members of Natalie Ramsham, the victim in this case, that wish to address the court through the Crime Victims' Rights Act. I'll go back and get whoever.
Have them come up one at a time.
Thank you, Judge. Where would you like them? The podium?
At the podium, please.
Your Honor. Yeah. Correction, that's the jail credit.
We'll get to the jail credit.
Okay, all right.
Stand right here. State your name for the record and spell it, and then.
My name is Edward McLaughlin, EDWARD, MCLAUGHLIN.
Good morning, Mr. Latham. How are you?
Good morning.
Go right ahead.
Thank you. Natalie was the best mother, sweetest person, kind, thoughtful, never said anything bad about anyone. I have all the respect in the world for her. She had my grandson in her class and should have had him again the next year. Her kids and my grandkids might play in my backyard together. She has all the respect for everyone, never swore, always proper. Everyone who knew her will miss her more than words can express. She's in all our hearts. It hurts to realize that she is gone forever. Our kids will miss her. They will miss her at her graduations, birthdays, and weddings. She was only 36 years old when she was killed by Efron Medina. He then took a 1-year vacation in Mexico after he killed her. Please add that time to his time in jail. He needs to get the max plus 40 years, keep him off the streets so he doesn't kill more women. He is a selfish, jealous, mean, out-of-control man, should never get out of jail. Let's not forget, he stole the truck from his company for his getaway.
All right. I appreciate your comments.
Thank you.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
My name's Kathy Clements, KathyClements. And I'm the aunt of Natalie. And I feel like this entire ordeal has been about Efron Medina. So I want to tell the court who Natalie was. She was a daughter. My youngest sister, Sylvia, is the only daughter. My sister Sylvia is absolutely devastated with the loss of Natalie and as are the rest of our family. Sylvie not only lost her daughter, but her best friend as well. No longer will she be able to pick up a phone and call Natalie to talk about things. No longer can she see and hug her daughter anymore because she's no longer here with us because you, Efron Medina, killed her. She was a granddaughter. Our parents are simply heartbroken with the loss of Natalie. Natalie was one of our parents' favorite grandchildren, and they mourn her greatly. It is especially hard for them because of the way she was taken from us in such a horrific way. She wasn't killed in an accident. She didn't die for some kind of disease. She didn't die from natural causes. She was brutally and selfishly murdered by you, Efron Medina. She was a sister. She was the sister of Christopher and Mark. Both Chris and Mark always looked up to Natalie to keep the family together, as she was always looking out for what was best for each of them. She was the best sister to them, and they loved her greatly. It's especially hard on Chris because he is the older brother, and it hurt him so much to know that he couldn't protect her from you, Efron Medina, her murderer. She was an aunt. She was the aunt of Christopher, Cameron, Colton, Kaylee, Carson, Matthew, and Emily. She will forever be missed by these nieces and nephews, and they will all be lost without the love and guidance that Natalie was always there to give them. Natalie was more than just a wonderful aunt to them. She always treated them like they were her own children. It's almost unbearable to hear the younger ones say that Natalie's in heaven now with the angels. You, Efron Medina, took her away from them. Sorry, I can't get my page. She was a niece. Me, along with all my brothers and sisters, grieved the loss of Natalie because she was a special and wonderful woman inside and out. I myself don't know anyone who didn't like or love Natalie. She was just that kind of person, a true friend to everyone she met. She was generous with her love and compassion to others, and everyone saw that in her, and that's why everybody loved her. I just can't understand why you, Efron Medina, thought that you had the right to take Natalie's life just because she no longer wanted to be with you. And finally, and most importantly, she was a mother herself. She had two beautiful daughters, Taylor, 17 years old, and Caitlin, 15 years old. She absolutely adored those two girls. They were her whole world. She was so proud of each of them and could hardly wait to see them, what they had in life, in store for their lives. She was always talking about them to everyone, and everyone always said she was beaming with pride as she described how much they meant to her. Natalie and I had a conversation back in May of 2020 when she came down to Alabama to visit me. She talked about how Taylor only had one more year of high school before she graduated, and how she was looking forward to Taylor's graduation. She was beyond proud of both of her girls. Well, now that Natalie's no longer here with us because you, Efron Medina, decided to take her life out of some idiotic rage of jealousy, not only did Natalie miss seeing Taylor's graduation, she will also miss seeing Caitlin's graduation as well. She will miss seeing both her daughters graduate from college, both daughters' marriages, both daughters having their own children. She will never know the pure joy of her own grandchildren wrapping their arms around her neck and telling her how much they love her. She will miss everything that was supposed to happen in her life because you, Efron Medina, decided to take her life and take her away from everyone who loved her so much. That's who Natalie was, and that's who you are, Efron Medina. Cowardly and selfishly took her away from us. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning. My name is Eileen Ramstrom. I'm Natalie's mother-in-law. And me, one of those two beautiful, courageous young ladies sitting over there with their devoted dad who loves them more than anything in the world. I'd like to read a poem for you that Natalie's youngest daughter, Caitlin, wrote. But first, I'd like to share a few words of my own. Natalie was a part of our family for a very long time. My husband and I thought of her as a daughter. Our children thought of her as a sister. We loved her like our own. There was a gentleness about her that's hard to explain. She spoke gently. She touched gently. She loved gently. It was soft. It was sweet. It was genuine. She did not deserve to die this way. We will miss her as long as we live, and will never understand how Efron could have done this to her. I've been struggling with something for quite some time now. Being a woman of faith, I feel as though I should pray for your soul. But I've been able to do that after the years of witnessing your lack of accountability, or your lack of showing any signs of remorse at all. In fact, it's been the opposite. You've consistently tried to blame others for your crimes and decimated Natalie's character in the process, which was the worst part. I've come to realize that I am unable to pray for your soul because you have no soul. You are pure evil. When you murdered Natalie, you shattered those little girls' hearts into pieces. Their dad and those of us who love them have tried to put the pieces back together. But there will always be an important piece missing, and that is the presence of their precious mother. Those three have been through more heartbreak than anyone should have to endure an entire lifetime. They have gotten each other through the worst of the worst, and I know that Natalie would be so very proud of them. Tay and Kate have so much of her in them. They look like her. They sound like her. Most of all, they love like her. She will live on through them, and he cannot never take that away. Unfortunately, you are not going to be in prison for as long as you rightfully should be. But when your time comes to an end here on this earth, that is when the ultimate judgment will be by the Almighty Father. You won't be able to lie. You won't be able to be offered a plea deal. You'll finally get the punishment that you truly deserve, and you'll burn in hell for all eternity. Caitlin wrote this poem for a school assignment shortly after Natalie was cruelly taken from her. The assignment was to write about someone special to you. These are the words of grieving 13-year-old girl, remembering just some of her favorite times spent with her mom. She is now 19 years old and missing her mom every day. The poem is entitled, "I Miss Your Face, Mom." We're at the beach, hand in hand, relaxing on the blanket and playing in the sand. We stay till the sun has set because we do not want to go just yet. I'll miss these things big and small. I love you all in all. As we wander through the rides at the county fair, the smell of funnel cakes roams through the air. As the day turns into night, the lights of the Ferris wheel shine so bright. I'll miss these things big and small. I love you all in all. The different colored lights we see as we decorate the Christmas tree. Baking cookies and other treats to share when all the family meets. I'll miss these things big and small. I love you all in all. Singing our favorites in the car on all our trips near and far. Laying in bed watching thrilling shows. What's the ending? Nobody knows. I'll miss these things big and small. I love you all in all. enjoying Sundays on the lake. The sunsets were so beautiful, they almost looked fake. Climbing my favorite tree at the place that I love to be. I'll miss these things, big and small. I love you all in all. The love that she gave was like no other. The love that came from my mother. She was the only one who truly listened. The way she looked at me made me feel like I glistened. I love these things, big and small. I love you all in all. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just state my name.
Your name, please?
Taylor Ramstrom.
Good morning.
Morning. Me and my mom were best friends. We were exactly like each other, which I'm super glad because she was the best person to ever exist. She cared so deeply for everyone around her, especially her family, including me, my dad, and my sister. We were her everything. All she wanted was for us to be happy and taken care of. She was the best mother I could ever ask for. When you took her life, you took away a part of so many people. She was a rock for a lot of people, and taking that away from us destroyed parts of us that we didn't realize could even be destroyed. My mom did everything she could to make sure that everyone felt loved and safe around her. We used to do everything together. She understood me, she loved me, she cared so much for me. She was the most beautiful woman I've ever seen, and I hope one day to be just like her. She was my inspiration for everything. None of us expected this or deserved this. When she went on that trip to Michigan, I was expecting her to come back. I never thought that that was the last time I was going to see her. I was a senior in high school. I didn't get to see her. At my graduation, she wasn't able to help me get ready for college. Going to college has been a very difficult thing for me without having her to guide me. She won't see me grow into the adult she always wanted me to be. She won't be there for any more huge milestones in my life. She won't get to be at my wedding or meet my children. She won't get to become a grandmother even though she wouldn't want to be old anyways. I just don't understand why someone could do something like this. She was the sweetest person who didn't deserve this. She had her whole life to live, and she deserved to see us grow into the people we are now and will become. This entire situation should have never happened. It ruined my life. It ruined my family's life. It hurt so many people who needed my mom in their life. No matter what she did, bad or not, no one deserves this. And I hope you rot in hell and get what you deserve.
Morning.
Good morning.
don't have any words. I just want to tell you.
Your name.
What's that?
I need your name first.
Justin? Russian? You destroyed a lot more than one life. And you'll get what you got coming. You're a fucking scumbag.
Talk to me, sir.
And you're gonna fucking burn in hell. That's all I got.
That's, I believe, all of the victim impact statements, Judge.
Okay. Thank you. Anything else the people would like to say?
Judge, you've heard, understanding that you're new to this case, it does have a significant history, clearly a huge impact on the family of Natalie Ramstrom. Even for me, this is the longest case I've had. I've been an attorney with the prosecutor's office for 8 years. This case has been a part of 6 of those years, which is a long time, and I would ask that you follow the sentence agreement at this time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Perkins.
May it please the court, I did want to address the issue of credit. I believe in the report it indicates 1713, but the court may not be aware he thank you, Mr. Makepeace. It wasn't the application of the jail credit, it's the totality of it. He surrendered on September 9th of 2021 in another state, so that is not calculated. They're calculating from the time that he arrived in the state of Michigan, so the difference in that would be a total of 1779.
So credit for time served is 1779?
Yes.
Is that agreed?
Yes, Judge, that is supported by the documents and information that we have as to when he was actually taken into custody in another state.
I'll make that correction.
Other than that, I don't have any other additions, corrections, or deletions.
Okay.
And then, if I may, Judge, just with respect to the way the report reads, right now for count 1 manslaughter, it says that the jail credit is 0, and then for count 2, it says that it's 1713, it should be 1779, but that one should be 730, reflecting the 2 years, and then the rest would be applied to count 1.
That's agreed.
Could you say that again, please?
Yeah, so on page, the second page of the report, basic information report, count 2 of 2, in the bottom right corner of that cell, it should be 730, which is 2 years. And then the balance of it should be applied to count offense 1 of 2, which I had the number of
1,049.
1,049.
Okay. Anything else, Mr. Perkins?
No. No, Your Honor. I'd ask you to adopt the sentence agreement, Your Honor.
Mr. Medina, anything you'd like to say, sir?
No, Your Honor.
I've had a chance to review the pre-sentence report. As indicated, I am new on this case. I understand that there have been 3 previous trials that resulted in hung juries in all of those cases, in all of those trials, which is probably the principal reason why the prosecutor offered you a charge reduction, I would assume, from the murder in the first degree to manslaughter, because of that. But clearly, from hearing from those statements from the family of Natalie this morning, I mean, it's clearly she is well loved, well respected. People have traveled.
Everything you've heard so far has been emotion laid bare. Family members describing not just a life that was taken, but an entire future that disappeared with it. Now comes the moment that often shapes a sentencing hearing. The judge speaks directly to the defendant. This isn't just about legal guidelines anymore. It's about accountability, remorse, and whether the court believes those emotions are genuine. Watch closely, because what happens next changes the entire tone of the hearing.
Far to be here, have shared their statements, and they're very, very powerful. And from hearing those statements, you know, I just ask you as a human being, Mr. Medina, what's your impact from that? It hit me, it hit you. How so?
How this has impacted me?
How do those statements impact you? Statements of taking her mother away from her. Statements of how she has been kind and nice to people. And how this was such a senseless act. 36 years of age, she's gone. You're 47 and still breathing. So do they have any impact? Is there any empathy in your heart?
Yeah, they're gonna grow up. Kids are gonna grow up without their mother. I understand that.
She was shot in the head, right? That's undisputed, correct? Are you saying that was an accident? You pulled the trigger, right? It takes pressure to pull the trigger. That was you, right?
Yes, sir.
So what caused you to pull the trigger? You've been locked up close to 5 years and you still don't know? You're 47 years of age and you still don't know? You can't own up to this? I know you've owned up to it in terms of taking a plea to a lesser charge. I'm talking to you man to man, accountability. She's found in a trash bag. That was you put in a trash bag? Maybe they're right. You have no heart. Turn all the burners on in the house and then skip to Mexico for however long. The words that resonated from their statements was coward. Don't look down at me. Look me in the eye. I'm looking you dead in the eye. I think they're right. A killer and a coward. A coward to the point where you can't even acknowledge to the family here the gravity of your actions. You want me to go along with this agreement? Maybe I should go be a fourth trial. Let me try this case. Because as I look at you, I don't feel anything from you. The Mission Department of Corrections says it's a good agreement. They're fine with it. The lawyers are fine with it. I'm the last hurdler. And you give me no reason to go along with it.
Your Honor, if I may, I don't think that his non-responsiveness to questions he couldn't anticipate, that he has a right to allocute, he has chose exercise not to allocute. It doesn't necessarily mean that he feels the way that you think that he feels, and maybe by his body language he's conveying something to you. I don't believe that. I as a person who's talked to him for not as long as, I haven't been on as long as this case as Mr. Makepeace, but I don't think that's a fair representation as to how and what type of individual he is. I know it's fair.
Tell me what is fair. Because what he's throwing to me, I've been part of this profession over 40 years, my friend. And I know people. I've been in your shoes. I've represented folks charged with this. I've been on his side. Same thing. I know people. This is a human reaction. Please tell me something I don't know. Enlighten me.
What I'm saying is everybody's reaction to different circumstances and different stimuli are going to be different. So to interpret that after setting down and setting down and having 5 years, 10 months, and 15 days, or more than that actually, but to have that and have that not be impactful in his non-responsiveness, that's just, I don't think that's a fair assessment. He has accepted responsibility. He has and is looking to move forward, and the fact that he hasn't inability perhaps, oftentimes people who are set in shocking situations, and I understand, I'm not comparing his situation to those people who just, those statements are gripping.
Yeah.
I haven't heard people allocute or speak like that as eloquently and as passionately in a long, long time. And to be faced with that, I stumble over my words right now. I've seen these people pray for these people for days and weeks on end. As a Christian, what do we do? We do here, right here. And to say that he doesn't have that, what you're looking for, almost at the crescendo moment that he can't give you, doesn't mean that he doesn't have remorse, doesn't mean that he doesn't accept responsibility. The impact of this moment, I never thought I'd be at this moment right here. And as a lawyer who's goes into court every day almost of my life, I'm stumbling over my words myself. So an individual who's again been in the crosshairs of this, is responsible for this, and for a person who, from those words and the glowing words of who this person is, to know that I'm responsible for that, I don't know if I'd be able to tell you anything. I don't know if I'd be able to say anything. So
You may not be able to say anything, but I can just look in the man's eyes. I look in your eyes. I look in your, I don't see anything.
Your Honor, I turned myself in.
Go ahead, yeah.
I turned myself in to face this and to give them what they want. This is what they wanted. They got it. I'm sorry for what happened. If I could take it back, I would, but I can't. I just gotta move forward. They gotta deal with it. I gotta deal with it too. It's terrible. It should have never happened. I agree.
you turn yourself in. See that? See? Just stop.
Go ahead.
I was just not allowed to have.
All right. Only because there's a sense agreement in this case, and I respect the utmost respect for both attorneys on both sides. I know this was given a lot of discussion. There's been 3 trials, which is unusual. That by itself, I assume that the family was consulted, regarding this sense agreement. So based on that, I will go along with the agreement and sentence you, Mr. Medina, on count 1, the involuntary manslaughter, to serve a period of 6 to 15 years in the Michigan Department of Corrections. On count 2, the felony firearm, is a mandatory 2 years in prison, which is consecutive to the 6 to 15 in count 1. You should receive credit for 1779 in terms of time served that you spent awaiting disposition of this case. And the way the parties explained in terms of the days, count 1, count 2, that too will be adopted into the judgment. There's also a crime victims amount of $130 and state costs of $68 as well. If you want to appeal your case, Mr. Medina, we'll give you the paperwork to do so. Fill it out, get it back to the court within 42 days of today's date. And if you're without the money to hire an attorney, the court will appoint one for you at no charge.